Well, early voting is complete for Chattanooga's mayoral and city council elections. Turnout exceeded that of previous mayoral elections, and Joy Dukes has more on that, as well as the future of the city's political landscape, live at the Election Commission. Hello, Joy.
Yeah, David, more than 12,000 Chattanooga residents came out to the polls to vote early during the 2-week time period. Experts I spoke with gave some insight as to why and how those numbers stack up against those of previous mayoral election cycles.
Over the last 3 city elections, the turnout has been steadily increasing.
With early voting for Chattanooga's upcoming mayoral and city council elections now behind us, election officials are using those numbers to look forward.
This is always the big question for us.
As Election Day on Tuesday approaches,
It does an increased turnout in pre-election ballots cast translate into similar increases on Election Day.
Nate Foster with the Hamilton County Election Commission tells Channel 3, even with the increase in eligible voters taken into account, they saw almost twice as many people come out to vote early this election as they did in previous mayoral elections.
Look at just in-person early voting versus what we saw in 2017. We're actually up by 42%.
Dr. Chris Acuff with UTC's Department of Political Science says coupled with an increased interest in national politics, more votes could be attributed to more candidates.
In at least Chattanooga's recent election history, we haven't seen this many candidates.
And the current administration reaching the end of its second term.
By virtue of it being an open seat with Mayor Burke being term limited, we had a lot of folks this year who wanted to throw their hat in the ring.
Like many others, Acuff believes with so many candidates, the race is very likely to go into a runoff. But he says the group to watch in how Tuesday's election plays out will be younger voters.
It's who tend to be younger, particularly like in District 5 and District 8 and District 7. Potentially, they may tap into younger voters.
While Foster explained that early voting numbers did increase significantly, previous election data only showed a slight increase in overall turnout. They'll be watching to see how Tuesday's numbers ultimately compare. Our election day is this upcoming Tuesday, March the 2nd. And of course, we'll be bringing you team coverage of that all day. And for all things candidates, voting, or anything else you might need to know before you head to the polls, if you haven't already cast your vote, you can rely on the WRCB app.